Yo, welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network, you see it right here. It presents In the Paint with Red. It's my man, Devontae Roan, a.k.a. Red. I'm the host as well, Carlos Clayton from Uneducated Sports Talk. So let's talk about it, man. It's NBA season. The offseason is kind of wrapping up now. We got about a month left until training camp comes in. So people are just wondering, what else is there to do? What's in basketball? Well, let's take a little trip to Africa for 1 second in the lane. So we had a trip to Africa. They went out there and we had Team World versus Team Africa. Get the folks in Johannesburg, South Africa, something to reminisce on, something to think about, something to just, I guess bring a little something back to Africa, make it global, like you said earlier. We had Team World win 108-97. The likes of Christoph Porzingis over there. We had Luol Deng. You knew he was going to represent for sure. Victor Oladipo was going to represent. We knew that as well. We had DeMarcus Cousins, Jaylen Brown. So Kyle Lowry, we had stars that went out there and entertained for the fans of Africa. And I just want to know how you feel about what they did and what does that mean for the NBA for itself, right?
I mean, I think it's a pretty good thing for the NBA, making the name, not just United States, making it global, all across the world, different countries and stuff like that. And also I think so too that it's in Africa, so I mean that's a very big thing, being, one of the poorest countries that we have.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty good, going out there and showing the people in Africa what we do in the United States. So I think that's an awesome thing. I mean, we should do more games like that. That's what I think.
I heard that. Now, for a global aspect, we all know that there's been talks about Adam Silver. I know we didn't talk about this in production, but he was talking about expansion. Mm-hmm. And he said it's not inevitable, so it will happen soon. And he was saying, like, Mexico City was one of the places they were thinking about when it came down to international. No more Toronto, no more Canada, Mexico City. How do you feel about them expanding outside the United States?
I mean, I think it's great. I mean, you get a chance to get some overseas. I mean, get some out of United States talent into the NBA, and you'll be able to see what other countries know about the game of basketball.
Okay.
So I think it's a great idea. I mean, expansion. It sounds great. It sounds like there's a lot of money into it, obviously. And just bringing out just different countries and
right.
And let them see, like I said, let them see what goes on in the United States. Basketball is a big thing in the United States. So we want to try to take it, different places other than the United States.
If you did expand, though, it's not that much to expand from outside the United States. Obviously, I think you got Canada. That's the obvious one.
Right.
Got Mexico City or Mexico, and then you got Puerto Rico. Could be the only three to really think of. Now Africa, that's way out there, so they're not doing that. But to bring, like you said, to show support to the African nation, they're getting some off their minds from what they go through on a daily basis. I'm pretty sure they had a fun time, and we had a fun time watching them. Christoph Porzingis, 14 points. He was the MVP of that game, and then we had Victor Oladipo with 28 points too. So they came out and they represented and they showed off and gave them something to think about, man. So we really enjoyed it, man. So that's 1 second in the lane. On to 2 seconds now. There were 4 coaches that were presidents of the basketball operations for their teams. We had Greg Popovich with the Spurs, Tom Thibodeau with the Timberwolves, and we had Stan Van Gundy with the Detroit Pistons. And we had Doc Rivers until just recently. Steve Bollinger came out and said he has demoted Doc Rivers from his president of basketball operations, and he's focusing strictly on just being the head coach. I want to know from you, Red, is that a good thing or a bad thing? How do you think Doc Rivers feels, and how do you think about where the Clippers organization wants to be at, and why the reason for this change?
Well, I think it's good for the change because, I mean, now Doc Rivers will be able to just focus on coaching and not just being, the final decision on this trade and that trade and what's going on as far as the organization, I think it's like I said. I think it's just more better for him just to focus on coaching, where they can keep that winning mentality in Los Angeles. So I mean, it's a good thing. I think it's kind of crazy, but still at the same time, I think it's kind of good for him because he needs to focus on his team. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about making this decision and making that decision. You can be able to just coach, and get yourself at least a good playoff spot this year because you know the West is very, very stacked. The only way you're going to make a run, you have to make the playoffs.
Right.
So just coaching and being more about your players and not worry about where this person's going to be or trying to trade this person and all this stuff.
Do you think the decision, we all know that Chris Paul and Doc Rivers had their issues going on. We just found it out when Chris Paul left. But do you think what made the decision to kind of drop him from being the president was because he had brought his son in a few years ago, knowing that his son wasn't really that caliber of a player to be on a team like this? Because it was kind of fishy. You bring your own son in because he just got duped off by the Pelicans, and now he's like, well, come on, son. I give you some money because I'm the president, so I can do that. Do you think that played a decision as well?
I think kind of something did because, you know what I'm saying, if this is son, you know what I'm saying, everybody wants to get, the kids somewhat paid, and I mean, that's what he did.
Right.
But I mean, also, too, when Chris Paul was down, you started him, too, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times where he started in Chris Paul's role. So I kind of feel like they have something to play with it, too, because, like you said, Austin Rivers is not a top, tier player. He's an average, player. So I kind of feel like, yes, the situation about him and his son, that now he can just coach. You don't have to worry about now trying to get him paid and making sure that he's a starter and this and this. Focus on coaching and not have to worry about, just doing all the other extra curriculum stuff.
All right. Before we get off the subject, talk about L.A. We all know that Lonzo Ball being there. The Lakers are starting to get more of the headlines now. Are the Clippers still a better team than the Lakers?
As of right now, I think so. With the addition of Patrick Beverly, and they still got DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin, and I mean I really think they'll be maybe a 6 or 7 spot in the Western Conference.
If they make it, they're they're pretty low. They make it.
Yeah, they're going to be low, but they're going to make it.
So you have the Clippers at least making the playoffs.
At least making the playoffs.
All right, cool. I think later on in a couple episodes, we have to break down who we think will be at the top 8 teams in each conference. We'll do that a couple episodes now. So that was 2 seconds in the lane. On to 3 seconds in the lane. We promise you guys that Devontae Roan, a.k.a. Red, was going to give you guys his top 30 players. We're going to make it a 6-episode show going on. 6 episodes will give you 5 players per episode. So today, he's going to give us, in his top 30 through 26, of who he thinks are the best NBA players of right now in the NBA. So, without further ado, Red, we got number 30. Who you got at number 30?
At number 30, I have Derrick Rose at number 30. So, I mean, the reason why I put Derrick Rose at 30, because I think him, with the addition of him coming to Cleveland and starting off fresh, and if he can stay healthy, like I said, and if he can just play at a high level, I think he can be a top 30 player, and that's the reason why I have him at that number. I mean, I can't see him being better than some other players that I have on my list, but I mean that 30 spot will fit him greatly if he can just stay healthy and play to his MVP caliber season that he had.
I'm not even mad at that. I like that. Number 30. If Derrick Rose is motivated, let's just say that if he's motivated and he wants to win, he can be a top 30 player. So I like that at number 30.
And also, too, I think him coming in and learning from LeBron James, he can be a top 30 player. He can be able to do more and he have more freelance with the ball because, I mean, it takes some of the load off LeBron.
Okay.
Like I said, he can get to the basket, he can get to the cup and lay it up, or he can even dunk on you. He can lift. That boy got ups. So I feel like he can be that number 30 player if he can just stay healthy and play at a high level for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
All right, so who we got at number 29?
I got Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard, all right.
I love Damian Lillard. He's a great, awesome player. I remember watching him hit that last second shot over Houston Rockets to go to the second round. Oh man, I love that. I love that shot every time. Every time I watch it, I get excited. I get goosebumps. I was like, woo, because I know it's coming. But when I seen it, I was like, man, the last second shot, you had to hit it 3 to win, and he came off that screen and he just let it fly and it just splash, and everybody just going crazy. And I loved it. I loved him ever since I seen that player. But I think Damian Lillard is a very good point guard. He plays well for his team. He does everything for his team. And also too, I think he's starting to get better at the defensive end. But also too, it's like his team is good because it fits him. But also too, he lost a lot of pieces with him because he did have LaMarcus Aldridge with him. We're gonna talk about LaMarcus a little later. But he did have LaMarcus Aldridge with him, and they was a good team. You know what I'm saying? With him and C.J. McCollum and Alfrew, I can't even say his name.
Aminu, yeah.
Yes, I don't know what his name was. But they had a pretty good team. Okay. I watched them play against the Warriors, and they had the Warriors in some pretty good games. But I mean, come on, we're talking about the Warriors here. You know, nobody really gonna beat the Warriors. But I mean, I really like Damian Lillard. He's a very good point guard. He's my top. He's my number 29 player.
I think out of all the positions in the NBA, I think point guard for your list as well. That's got to be a tough thing because there's so many good point guards in there. You can't really say that about a lot of the rest of these positions. You know, you can't say that about center. Can't say that about power forward. Right. Small forward have competition. Some two guards as well. But the point guard position, it's almost like there's a good point guard every single night on every team, man. So I know that's gonna be tough. People could say, "Oh, David Lillard, that's 29." Look here, who else you gonna put over there? There's a lot of good point guards in the game. So, number 28, my brother, who you have at number 28?
I have LaMarcus Aldridge at number 28.
Oh, well, you weren't lying. We're going right up to LaMarcus Aldridge. You weren't lying.
I did have LaMarcus Aldridge at number 28. I like him in the system with the Spurs. I think he's another replica of Tim Duncan back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And even though I know Tim Duncan's retired, but I mean, he basically took Tim Duncan's place. That's the way how I see it, because, you know, when Tim Duncan first came in the league, he played the 4th spot. He didn't play the 5 because of the average, David Robinson. Right. So I kind of feel like he came in, he didn't take his spot, but he made it to where they didn't have to lose, a Tim Duncan and then get nothing in return. So he basically is just like another Tim Duncan down there. He can turn around, fade, scoring the low post, rebound very good, and if he can stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it have been some seasons where he wasn't healthy, you know what I'm saying, when he was in Portland. But also too, he's a very good scorer. I think he's a dominant scorer from that mid-range game. He has a deadly shot. I hadn't seen him go in like 15 times in one game. I was like, whoa, is anybody going to stop this guy? So, I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge is a pretty good scorer, rebounder.
He struggled a little bit. He struggled a little bit in the playoffs. We all remember that. But there were rumors saying that he went to leave San Antonio. Don't know how exactly true that is, but there were rumors. So, from what I'm hearing, you think he's going to have a bounce-back year? A bounce-back
I think he can have a bounce back year. I mean, obviously y'all got beat. I forgot who y'all got beat by, but I mean, I think it was either the Warriors. It was the Warriors. Yeah, it was the Warriors. It was sweet. Okay.
After Kawhi went down.
Yeah, after Kawhi. Yeah. But I still feel like after Kawhi went down, you supposed to have been the man. You already know what your game is. You know what you're good at. So just dominate at your game. Okay. So, like I said, when he went down, you should have just did your thing, because you know you don't have Kawhi anymore. So just it's good. It's good. It's like, all right. But yeah.
Who we got? So we got D-Rose at 30. Got Damian Lillard at 29. We got Aldridge at 28. Who do we have at number 27 already?
I think it's Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like Andrew Wiggins. He was obviously drafted by Cleveland. Everybody knows that he got traded for Kevin Love, and he went to Minnesota. I think he still have been a better player if he was still in Cleveland, if we have never traded for Kevin Love. But I would also like the Kevin Love in that deal also too. But, I mean, push come to shove, he's in Minnesota, and we got Love. And but I think Andrew's a good two-way player. He can score, rebound, and he can play a little defense. Do his thing on defense.
Right.
And I mean, I think he's a better player to fit the Tom Thibodeau system.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's I think he fits the system like very, very good.
And statistically, he's getting better every single year.
Right.
So and he's not even in his prime. It's kind of scary because there's been a few times he scored over 30 points, and a few times he scored 40 this year. And of course, he plays great defense. Now you have all these guys surrounding him coming in. He still doesn't have the pressure of being the man because now you have a Jimmy Butler in there who kind of wants the pressure of being the man. So now Wiggins can go out there and play his game, but I like him at number 27. That's a very good pick, man.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins, he's already, I say this, he's right on the edge of being a star.
Right.
Give him another year. I think he's there. So, and the last one, man, number 26. Who we got, my brother?
We got Blake Griffin at number 26.
Blake Griffin.
I love.
Oh yeah, why Blake so low in the list? What's up?
I mean, the reason why I got Blake so low because he's injury prone.
Okay.
I mean, Blake Griffin is like one of the top, I say, 15 forwards in the league. He can obviously get up, he can dunk on you, but I mean his shot has not really developed. So that's the reason why I got him so low like that too.
Okay.
Because I mean he can step out and shoot shoot the mid range game. And I've seen him maybe hit 1 or 2 threes in his career. I mean I don't watch him a lot, but I've seen a couple of his shots. And I mean, as far as pick and roll offense and getting to the rim and dunking on somebody, that's lovely. I love that game. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him dunk on somebody, man. I just went crazy. I was like,
Paul Gasol, Kendrick Perkins, the list goes on.
I mean, but that's the reason why I got him at that spot. He done dunked on some people that made me go crazy, and I mean it was wild. So that's the reason why I have Blake Griffin at the number 26 spot. It's like if he was more of a much more outside shooter, I think I have him a little more higher than what he is. So, but I mean, hey, number 26.
He might, and you hope this isn't the case, a what if kind of factor. Because he's played way more than Derrick Rose. We all know that. But like, what if he just stops getting hurt and plays a full season, including the playoffs, healthy? Because like every 2 playoffs, he's gone. So hopefully this is the year where he comes in, he's very healthy, he can get back to his regular stuff now. He is the man now, with Chris Paul being gone. He's the guy, so he's going to have to carry a lot of that burden for the Clippers, man. So I like your picks, man. So 30 through 26, let's recap it. At number 30, Derrick Rose. We got at number 29, Damian Lillard. At number 28, LaMarcus Aldridge. 27, Andrew Wiggins. And at number 26, Blake Griffin. So next episode, we will give you guys 25 through 21, I believe. And that's your list right there, man. So like I said, we did 30 through 26 today. Next episode, 25 through 21, and so far so on, man. Every 5 players. So we're making 6 episodes, and then we can't wait to count down to the top 5 players, man. So that's 3 seconds in the lane. We talked about them going to Africa, doing their thing out there. Number 2, Doc Rivers getting demoted, and number 3 was Reds, top 30 through 26. Let's go on with a little Cleveland Cavaliers talk and make it a little extra. Usually we say that for last. We have a couple more segments, but we got a lot of stuff dealing with the Cavaliers, as usual. So Michael Jordan came out and said that Kawhi Leonard is the best two-way guard. For those who don't know what two-way guard is, guys who can score and play defense. Who was the best guys that could do that? So when you say that, you can't say James Harden because he's very, very good at offense, but he sucks on defense. So he's not a two-way player. But Michael Jordan, the great one himself, came out and said Kawhi Leonard is the best two-way player in the game. I want to know, do you think that is true? Yes or no? Because a lot of people say LeBron James. And after that, give me your top 5 two-way players in the game.
I mean, I agree with Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Me, obviously, being from Chicago, I have to agree with Jordan. Kawhi Leonard is a great two-way player, and I think he is the best two-way player that we have in the game right now. Scoring, rebounding, assists, block shots, steals. I mean, that's great at being a three guard. I mean, or a small forward or a 2 guard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's just awesome. That's an awesome way of playing basketball, showing your teammates defense, and you know what I'm saying, and doing that at a high level. You know what I'm saying? He was I think he was one of the runners for Defensive Player of the Year. I think
almost back years.
Yeah. I mean, I think he won it one year. I'm not sure.
He won it back to back before Draymond won it. He won it 2 years in a row.
I mean, if that's not a two-way player, you win Defensive Player of the Year, and your team's leading the score also too. So I mean,
and I like that you said right now.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, you put a body of work in it.
Right.
Then LeBron is the best 2-way player. But we talked about it during our talk before the show. I was saying that LeBron at his age can't play defense like that all the time. He can't. You know, at 32, going on 33, he can't play defense like that. Kawhi Leonard is still at that stage where he brings it every single night, but Kawhi is just in his mid-20s. Right. You know, but if you put a body of work over years, yes, I think LeBron will be known as probably the best 2-way player outside of Michael Jordan.
Right.
So I like that. So you got Kawhi Leonard as number 1. Give me your list 1 through 5. We got Kawhi 1. Who you got 2, 3, 4, and 5, man?
At number 2, I have LeBron James. Obviously, I already know he can score, he can rebound, he can assist, he can score. He's a very good defender. I know, but also too, Carlos stated earlier, I think LeBron James does want to play defense when he wants to play defense.
Right.
I mean, we know that he's a lockdown defender, but he has to want it. You know, so he got to be thirsty. He has to have that mentality to want to be shut down the best player on the opposite of the team. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like LeBron James, yes, I'm going to put him at the 2 guard because he's been doing it for years. But I just feel like just do it more, and you'll probably have a better success rate as of being defensively on the side of that ball, and just do it. And I mean, do it at a high level, and do it nearly every time down the court. Every time you're on defense, you need to play defense. I mean, sometimes I didn't call LeBron napping. Right. I mean, I have. And I've seen it firsthand. I was like, what are you doing, LeBron? I mean, come on. And then you start yelling at JR or Tristan or something like that. Don't yell at them. It was your fault. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was your fault.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know a few times now.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Like, I'm like, you're supposed to be this 2-way player. Sometimes you nap, but you can't nap. You got to always know where your player is, who's the person you're guarding, and you got to know when to switch.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's the reason why I have LeBron James at that 2-guard spot. Now, at number 3, I have Anthony Davis.
All right.
Anthony Davis is obviously, the man down in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? He can do it all. I mean, I done seen this boy block some shots sitting in the stands. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the reason why I have him at the number 3 spot. He can do it all, man. I love it. He's shooting 50% from the field.
He's so good. Like, his only problem is he doesn't have the nationwide look because he plays in New Orleans. It's a bad team. Because if he was on a decent team or a team that was actually in the playoffs from year to year, man, he'd be known as. People were like, man, Anthony Davis is a beast because I've seen him play in person. He's so freaking good. And just to get the recognition.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to have him in Cleveland right now. I would love to have him in Cleveland.
I'm pretty sure a lot more teams than just Cleveland would love to have him.
I would love to have you in Cleveland.
So who you got number 4?
Number 4, I got Draymond Green. I think Draymond is a 2-way player. Obviously, being Defensive Player of the Year this past season. He can rebound, score, assist. He's a very good passer. I mean, as an assistant. I mean, I seen some of his passes, and I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like he's a small forward, you know what I'm saying? But, well, basically, his position really is a small forward, but he plays that power forward center row because the Warriors like to play small ball. So that's the reason why I feel like, and also too, I think he can guard all 5 positions. I have seen him guard all 5 positions. So I mean, he's like
the one guy outside LeBron James who can guard all 5 positions. We've all seen him do it. All right, and at number 5, what you got, man?
Well, obviously, another Warrior, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is obviously a good defender. He defends Kyrie Irving at a high level. But I mean, he has been splashed on a couple times. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Right.
So I'm gonna put that in there. But anyway, he's a pretty good defender. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's one of the top 3-point shooters in the game, shooting it at like 47, 48%, something like that. It's a very high number.
Right.
And so, but I mean, and don't let him get hot. I mean, I done seen this man score 50 points in a quarter. So I mean, don't let that man get hot.
Yeah.
But
he can do it, man.
Yeah, he can do it. And obviously, he's their. I think he's their best perimeter defender. I mean, he can get out there on the perimeter and defend the 3-point line. And he makes it much more easier for Stephen Curry. I tell you that. He makes it much more easier for him.
I knew he was always a good defender, but then when you see him in the finals against the Cavs, he was on Kyrie, then on LeBron, then he's on Kevin Love. You're like, and he's holding his own against all three. Of course, those guys are good. They're gonna get theirs.
Yeah.
But you're like, all right, he's holding his own, and then he's. That's probably why his point production went down in the finals because of so much energy he exerted on defense, man.
Yeah.
So we got Kawhi Leonard as your best two-way player, LeBron James to Anthony Davis at number 3, Draymond at number 4, and then we got Klay Thompson number 5, man. I like that, man. On to more Cavs talk, though. Vegas has come out. Vegas is the one that says what it is, the end of all end.
Yeah.
So Vegas has come out and given the records they think that the Cleveland Cavaliers will be, they say 49-33. 49 with them being in the second place in the East once again with Boston Celtics going up. Now, I'm not even worried about that. With Boston's acquisitions, when you add a Gordon Hayward, add a Jason Tatum, do you think that they overthrow the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference?
No, I don't think that. Not at all. I mean, yes, you have Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, and Isaiah Thomas, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but I don't think that's enough to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. And also, too, that also depends on if we keep Kyrie Irving.
Right.
I think if we keep Kyrie Irving, most definitely we have a chance to beat y'all.
Yeah.
But having a new person coming in, and he barely knows anything about Cleveland, and he barely knows anything about our system, I think it's going to be a kind of a tough road, but I think we still could pull it out because obviously we have the man LeBron James. So I think Vegas is very like crazy. I mean, you're gonna give the Cleveland Cavaliers the second spot. Yes, I understand we was the second seed last year going into that, but that also comes to have to do with rest.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, that comes with players sitting out. LeBron set out some most important games. Well, not important games, but somewhat important games. Kyrie set out a couple times too, and then some nights the whole big three is set out. So we just got our scrubs just playing.
Right.
So I mean,
it might happen this year too.
Yeah, so that's what caused us to be the second seed. I hate the fact that we did it because I still wanted to be the number 1 seed. But I mean, still, we had to make sure we were healthy for the playoffs.
I think just throwing in there, they might not do it, but I think the Cavaliers have to go out there this year and try and get the best overall record,
right,
to have a chance in the finals against the Warriors.
Yes, yeah.
You got to go out there because it's been like 6 or 7 healthy scratches, LeBron.
Right.
So that's like 6, 7 losses automatically. If I'm the Cavs, go out there and try and get the best record in the NBA. So when you do face the Warriors, you got home court advantage at least. At least you got home court advantage. So you never know. But before we go, Kyrie Irving, he wants to be the man. He wants out of Cleveland. He says he wants to go. But then he also made notice as well. He said, yes, I want to leave, but when I go to your town, whoever I'm getting traded to, I don't have a long-term option with a certain team. So basically he's saying if I go over there, after my 2 years are up, I'm going to want to go and look out for other options. I will not sign any long-term deal with my next team that I'm with. So my thing is, does it hurt Kyrie Irving's trade status, his trade value, or is he smart at what he's doing? What's going on?
I think it hurts his trade value because, like I said, if you want to go somewhere else, somebody wants to keep you at least long term.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get it like a 1-year rental like Oklahoma City did.
Right.
They want to at least keep you at least there for another 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to just get, okay, I traded for you. Now you got 2 years on your contract. Now once your contract is up, you're gone. I mean, I just wasted my time on that.
Right.
So I think his trade volume has completely went down. And to be honest, I think he's not going anywhere now.
Okay.
He's going to stick it out in Cleveland and play with LeBron and wait till his contract is up, and then I think he's going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
And I don't like the fact that he came out and said that he wouldn't sign long term, because if you say that you want to be the focal point of your own team, why would you not want to sign with this team long term? Because you're afraid that you want to lose, or you're afraid you're not going to make the playoffs, or you're afraid that you're not even going to make the finals again. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I don't like the reason why he came out and said that I would not commit to a long term deal with a different team. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of crazy stuff I feel about Kyrie, man.
Hey, it is what it is, man. We don't know. Will Kyrie stay? Will he be gone? We have no idea, man. Just stay tuned. So next episode of In the Paint with Red, we will talk about our his top 30, 25, I said 25 to 21. So stay tuned for that. Check us out on Facebook. That's Devontae Roan, a.k.a. Red. My name is Carlos Clayton. We're from Lake Charles, Louisiana. We're doing our thing, man. So for Uneducated Network, it presents In the Paint with Red. For Devontae Roan, a.k.a. Red, I'm Carlos Clayton. Know what it is, man. Stay smart. Stay educated. Peace out, y'all.